While you were locked inside of your home, your business shuttered, your kids banned from the beach, something else was happening behind closed doors in Gavin Newsom's California. And now, thanks to a major ICE bust under President Trump's administration, we finally now know why those lockdowns were so aggressively enforced. Because they weren't just about safety. They were about control and cover and concealing something far darker than anyone had imagined. Why? Because ICE agents just uncovered a massive smuggling ring that's so twisted, it makes Gavin Newsom's French Laundry dinner look like a church potluck. Guns, debt slavery, human trafficking, all happening while you were told to sit down, shut up, and follow the science. Now, guys, the truth is finally clawing its way to the surface, and guess what? Gavin Newsom knew the whole time. He built the system. He protected it. And now that ICE has pulled back the curtain, he wants to go ahead and pretend like it never happened. Well, stick with me, guys, because I'm going to go ahead and break down exactly what ICE just found, how it connects to these lockdown lies that we were all told, why Gavin Newsom's apology is nothing more than a political chess move, and how President Trump's ICE is actually finally exposing the rot that Newsom desperately tried to keep buried. Oh, and wait until you hear what they found at the mansion. Trailers full of workers, guns, debt bondage. Not that kind of bondage, guys, but one detail that could completely destroy Gavin Newsom's 2028 dreams. I got all of that I want to share with you guys. If you appreciate the daily news updates, take a second, please. Hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you. So just a few days ago, Governor Gavin Newsom of California, the man who led one of the harshest lockdown regimes in the whole country, he looked dead into the camera and finally admitted what millions of us screamed about for years. What the hell were we doing shutting down beaches and open spaces? That's what he said. Those are his words. Oh, so now he sees the problem? What year is this, guys? Like you waited that long? So this is the same man who banned kids from playgrounds, who filled skate parks with sand and had a man arrested for paddleboarding alone in the middle of the freaking ocean, all because of science. Okay, yeah. But the moment he sees poll numbers slide, suddenly it's, oops, my bad. Was it incompetence? Was it deceit? Or what, maybe just a convenient moment to reinvent himself for 2028 now that Kamala Harris is imploding and Joe Biden is long gone? He called it devastating. He acknowledged the mental health fallout. But here's what he did not say. He didn't say sorry for how long he dragged that thing out. He didn't say sorry for eating dinner maskless at the French Laundry while your business was ordered to close, right? And he sure didn't say sorry to the kids whose lives were forever derailed. Like, how many kids are think about kids today and think about kids during our generation. Don't the kids act really strange now since the pandemic? Anybody ever notice that? Like, they're really not very social like they used to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Y'all let me know. But ask yourself this. Is this a real apology, or is this just another political cover-up? Because what ICE just uncovered might tell us exactly what he was really protecting. So I want to talk about that with you guys today. Now, while Gavin Newsom was out there closing playgrounds, while you were getting threatened with fines for opening your business, there was an illegal operation thriving in plain sight, and he was okay with it. ICE just raided a taco shop in Phoenix, and what they found was absolutely horrifying. 12 undocumented immigrants living in trailers and buses on the owner's property. One of them admitted that he owed the owner $12,000 for being smuggled into the United States. Agents found all sorts of stuff, guns, ammunition, and a man at the center of it all who wasn't even in the country legally himself. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Guys, this wasn't about hiring someone without papers. This was a full-blown smuggling racket, debt bondage, exploitation, and silence. And the timing, guys, it all happened while everyday Americans were locked inside under threat of arrest. Families couldn't even see their loved ones. Seniors died alone. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But somehow this slipped through. So let me ask you this. Should Americans have been locked down while smuggling rings like this operated freely? I mean, you think Gavin Newsom didn't know that these kind of operations existed, or that the lockdown noise, the maybe it was this. Maybe the lockdown was just the proper amount of noise, the perfect excuse to look the other way. Maybe that's what it was. But here's the wild part. This is only the beginning. In just a second, I want to talk to you guys about what ICE just discovered at a truck stop in Texas. It looks even more like a cartel operation than anything that we've seen in recent memory. But before I go there, we need to look at what Gavin Newsom built. Now, for years, Gavin Newsom bragged about turning California into a sanctuary state. He didn't just tolerate illegal immigration, he codified it. He proudly blocked cooperation with federal immigration officials. He signed laws that would protect local police from notifying ICE. He signed laws preventing local police from notifying ICE even when violent offenders were arrested. He lectured the country on compassion while ICE agents were warning of trafficking pipelines and cartel infiltration right here on U.S. soil. Now, ICE raids like the one in Phoenix, they're finally being exposed exactly. They're exposing exactly what those sanctuary cities and sanctuary policies were protecting. They were protecting illegal labor camps, debt slavery, undocumented workers being smuggled, housed in trailers, and exploited for profit. Now, question is this, guys. Did Gavin Newsom know what was happening and deliberately look the other way? Was a so-called compassionate policy just a smokescreen for a system of modern exploitation? Because what ICE is uncovering right now, it's not new. It was hidden and protected by the very policies that Newsom helped create. And if you're thinking that this is pretty disturbing, wait until you hear what's happening while you were locked down. Now, Frances Latiro wasn't even looking to switch plans. She thought she was already in the best one, but something told her to go ahead and make the call, and she did. Chapter ended up finding her a brand new plan that is now saving her $65 a month. Now, that's $780 a year back in her hands. There was no pressure. There's no sales pitch. It's totally free, just real results. Now, I partnered with Chapter because their mission lines up with my own, helping people live better with the income that they already have. Now, make that call, guys. See how much money you can save on your Medicare. Ask for your parents too. We gotta look out for our parents as well, guys. Phone numbers down below, 909-563-8279, or better yet, hit them up on their website at askchapter.org/Ron. The best money move is the move that you make this year, and it may only be one phone call away. Now, remember 2020, right? Everybody remember. How could anyone forget 2020, right? You were told you can't go to church. You couldn't attend your mother's funeral. Your kids couldn't play outside or breathe freely in school. Meanwhile, Gavin Newsom was caught drinking and dining maskless with lobbyists at the French Laundry. Citizens were being literally arrested for paddleboarding alone in the Pacific Ocean. Small business owners were being fined, harassed, and ruined. But on the other side of town, smuggling rings, illegal labor compounds, and sanctuary loopholes were thriving, completely unchecked. Let that sink in, guys. So while you obeyed the rules didn't apply to the criminals, and they surely didn't apply to Gavin Newsom. So the next time he tries to rewrite history by saying, we just didn't know any better, I want you to ask yourself, or did he know exactly what he was doing and he used the panic as a shield to hide it? Because this is exactly what it looks like right now. And, what we've seen so far, that's just the surface. Now, if you want my best updates, the ones that they don't necessarily push out here, they're in my breaking news newsletter. It's totally free, as always. I left a pinned comment down below. Click down below. It's waiting for you. Breaking news. Now, picture this, guys. A surveillance camera catches a truck pulling up to a lot. Looks like a normal drop-off until men wearing tactical gear and ski masks jump out and start chasing migrants who flee from the vehicle. Some of the officers trip, others give chase. 2 migrants are detained, 4 escape. No marked ICE vehicles, no uniforms that could be verified, a chaotic mess that looked more like a cartel handoff than a federal raid. Now, this wasn't at the border. This wasn't in some desert passage. This was in a city, at a business, on American soil. And the worst part, the only reason why we know about it is because a local business owner's security cameras caught the whole thing. So what else have we missed? How many other towns, truck stops, warehouses, or homes are being used this way while the public was glued to COVID dashboards and press briefings, right? So ask yourself, think about it. If Trump's ICE hadn't stepped in, would this ever have been uncovered? Because under the prior administration, these types of investigations, they were softened, restricted, or outright ignored. But now, under President Trump, ICE is being unleashed to clean up the mess. And as they do, another heartbreaking truth is emerging. During the pandemic, politicians, including Gavin Newsom, praised undocumented farm workers as heroes of the food supply. They were essential. We were told that, right? They were feeding the nation during a time of crisis. But if we go ahead and fast forward today, many of those same individuals are now being detained and deported by ICE. Now, some say that they were racially profiled. Others say that they worked hard, they followed the rules, and they still got swept up. But let's be clear. There is a legal pathway for agricultural labor in the United States. The H-2A visa program, which exploded in use during the pandemic. But the truth is, many employers completely ignored it. Why? Because illegal labor is cheaper. It's easier. It's less paperwork, more control. And the politicians who created the sanctuary frameworks, they just looked the other way. So now ICE is doing its job finally, but the moral mess left behind is massive. So I want to ask you this, guys. Should essential workers who helped feed this country get a free pass? Or should the employers who hired them illegally face the real consequences? Were these workers victims of a broken system, or were they complicit in it? I want to hear what you guys think about that. And remember, this system thrived under the very lockdowns that Gavin Newsom now says were a mistake. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, what else is he about to reverse himself on, right? What else is ICE about to expose? And speaking of exposure, in just a moment, we're going to talk about the two final pieces of Gavin's plan, while the media is letting Newsom skate away with zero consequences, and how President Trump's ICE is systemically demanding the machine that hid all of this all along. So now we've already seen the raids. We've followed the smuggling trails. We've revisited the lies that were sold to us under the banner of science, right? So now we ask, where's the media? Where's the reporters who demanded resignations over mask violations? Where are the think pieces, the press conferences, the on-air tears for exploited workers and smuggled laborers? Crickets. Dead silence, guys. So while ICE is busting open these camps with guns, trailers, smuggling victims, and debt bondage, legacy media outlets are still propping Newsom up as a leader, quietly testing the waters for his 2028 presidential campaign. So here's the part that really should kind of have your blood boiling at this point. The same press that crucified churchgoers, mocked concerned parents, and demonized business owners now gives Gavin Newsom a free pass for policies that allowed illegal operations to flourish during a statewide lockdown. This isn't forgetfulness. This is strategic silence, because Newsom's still their golden boy with the slick hair. But while the media turns away, President Trump's administration is not looking the other way. Since returning to office, Trump has done exactly what he promised to do: put America first, secure the border, and restore law and order no matter how messy the cleanup is. Now, under Trump's leadership, ICE isn't being handcuffed anymore. They're being unleashed. They're raiding illegal compounds. They're uncovering cartel-style activity, and they're doing the job that Gavin Newsom and his allies actively obstructed for years. This isn't political. This is moral. And the question we're all left with now is this just the beginning of what lockdowns really hid? Because if ICE found this much, this fast, then what else is out there? What else was buried underneath the panic, the press briefings, and the stay-at-home orders, right? Now, Gavin Newsom, he wants you to believe this is over, that a half-hearted, what the hell were we doing? Like that statement that he made is enough, but it's not. ICE just showed us what's really happening behind the lockdown curtain, and it's far worse than anybody had imagined. So now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts down below, guys. Is Newsom guilty of negligence or something much worse? Was the lockdown about safety, or was it more about control? And should someone who allowed this to happen ever be president of the United States? I mean, serious question. Now, if you're ready to expose more of what they tried to hide, hit the like button, subscribe, and watch the next video that's popping up right now. YouTube thinks you're going to love it, and they're probably right. Anyway, guys, stay awake, stay loud, stay free.